So why do mermaids wear seashells? 'Cause bee shells are too small. What did the baby say after she got done being breastfed by her mother? Thanks for the memories. Sorry, I don't know why I'm telling you all these cheesy jokes. Oh wait, yes I do. It's because it's April Fool's Day. There's many holidays that celebrate national heroes, religious events, even important dates in history, but April Fool's Day is the only day that I know of that devotes an entire day to pranks, practical jokes, and utter foolishness. Origins of this day are shrouded in mystery. One theory is that in the 1500s, when France changed their calendar to begin in January rather than April, news of the change traveled slowly, and these individuals that were last to pick up on it became the butt of their jokes and were often referred to as April Fools. Another theory is that April Fool's Day is what's left over from an old Roman custom called the Festival of Hilaria, a socially accepted time for foolishness around that time of year, give or take a few weeks. However, these are mere theories. I'm going to tell you the true story of how April Fool's Day came to be, coming up shortly. But first, speaking of April Fool's Day, another thing that's on our minds at this time of year is spring cleaning. I hate spring cleaning. Most of us do. A study from the PR Newswire reveals that 93% of us would rather do anything else than clean our house. But perhaps we would feel more like doing it if we felt like we had the organization gene, which is something that Sue Crum, author of the book Clear Your Clutter, 50 Ways to Organize Your Life, Home, or Business so you can become more calm, focused, and happy, says is a learned skill. She's dubbed herself the accidental organizer because it's something that even she has had to learn. Sue, do you want to tell us about your journey to discovering the organization gene in your life?
Well, most of us are not born with the organizing gene. You probably do know a few people who are, they're the ones that when they were little, they had their Mary Jane shoes all lined up in the closet, or they had their pencils all lined up in a row at school. But I was not one of them. And along the road of life, I had to kind of come up with some strategies. I was working full-time, going to graduate school at night, playing the mother role, the wife role, all sorts of roles. And all of a sudden, life gets way out of whack. So I kind of had to learn and study and read all the books about organizing, and it is a learned skill. And not everybody has to go through life saying, well, I'm just not organized.
Oh, that's so good to know, Sue. And by the way, if you want some great organization spring cleaning tips, Sue has them for you. You can learn all about it in our latest episode of Everyday Life, How to Eliminate the Clutter Once and For All. Check it out from Batjac Productions at the link below. And now Batjac presents April Fool's Day. April Fool's Day, a day of hoaxes and pranks, began during the reign of Constantine. The story goes as follows. A group of jesters, or fools as they were sometimes called, were unhappy with the way Constantine was running things, so they sweet-talked him to let one of their elected members become king for a day. Well, Constantine was intrigued and allowed their suggestion to be implemented. So, a man by the name of Kugel won the nomination and soon became King Kugel on a day he decreed as a day of absurdity, which happened to be April 1st, of course. Kugel and his small group of fools went to work making sure the day was jolly and fun, even humorous, on what traditionally had been a serious day, something that a jester does best, as we all know. You see, it's important to note that at the time, fools, or jesters, were considered to be wise men because of their ability to put things in perspective with humor. Well, the day was so well received that Constantine made it an annual holiday, a day that has appropriately become known as April Fool's Day. So, this year, as you identify the victims of your prankish plots, just remember one thing. You are the biggest victim of them all. That's right, everything you've just heard, it's a bunch of crap. Yeah, the whole thing was completely made up by a man named Joseph Boskin in 1983. As I said in the beginning, the story of April Fool's Day is in fact a mystery. No one really knows how it came about, so if you really want to know the truth of it all, well, you're going to have to figure it out for yourself.